What up, guys? So today on this SHOKY Quickie, we're going to take a look at something new from these, I almost said Star Wars, I just did a bunch of Black Series stuff, from the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, and it is the new ZEO Ranger 1 Tommy, no, ZEO Ranger 5, sorry, I forgot. The points designate what Ranger they are. So this is our new Tommy figure for the line, and the fourth ZEO figure that's come out. So we've had two Gold Rangers, though I think the other Gold Ranger technically is in this release. I haven't been able to get a hold of it just yet. We got the Blue Ranger, which we'll be looking at next time, and we had the other Gold Ranger, so to speak. So technically speaking, he's the fourth in the wave so far, but it's a new Tommy figure with a not so Jason David Frank head. But the main reason I was really keen on getting this is that, one, it comes with a Tommy head, two, it comes with the weapon. So I have the whole ZEO set from the Legacy Rangers, but just the added features and stuff like that for the Lightning Collection, I was just like, okay, I gotta get this. Plus, if I have all of the versions of Tommy from this line, like I have a White Ranger I've ordered, even though apparently they're coming back out with a White Ranger. They're coming out with an MMPR green, so not the Spirit whatever one that came out first with the putty and stuff like that. By the way, I do have oh, right over there still in a box, I have things that need to be opened, so stuff like that. Either way, so you got the nice, you know, corner of the thing there, and on the back you get a nice thing there, so you see the weapons. Though the awkward thing is that the sword is extended, but I believe that has a compact form. So it's like they decided to offset what the Legacy did by doing the exact opposite. So the Legacy came with a compact version of the sword that sits in a holster. This one came with the extended sword that shouldn't go in there like that. Same little dumb thing Hasbro brings on. Whoa, hey, I didn't say pop out of there yet. And he's got a red and black and white thing going on back there. So, you know, ZEO being kind of the end of MMPR. You know, that's where the last of our Rangers really sort of ducked out. Well, I guess Turbo really was that. We have gotten no Turbo figures at all. So Legacy gave us no Turbo. Lightning Collection better give us Turbo, because I really want that. So we have tiny little blast effect part there that was falling out. Good thing I caught that. I didn't even notice. So that one's interesting because it goes on the gun. It's an effect that I can actually get behind. Got a couple fists. Paint looks okay. That little sword. I assume, like, the ZEO weapons, if I remember correctly, could also combine almost into a blaster thing. We'll have to see. Though I was discussing it with Thomas the other day, what things they could do with the Lightning Collection that Bandai never did. So if they give us a, was it Thunder Blaster? Thunder Cannon? I believe it was a really big, like, dragon-headed thing that they would load the energy balls into. That would be cool. Also, if they go into Thunder, then give us Ninja, and we could get the Rangers in their Ninja outfits instead of their Ranger uniform, because we've already got all those. That would be pretty sweet. And then, of course, they could give us Alien Rangers. Now that I think about it, did they give us Legacy Alien Rangers, and I just don't remember? I don't think they did. I remember the old school Alien Rangers. I think that would be pretty cool too. Give us the Alien Rangers, the Aquitar Rangers, stuff like that, because they continue to play into things, even into ZEO, because, you know, Billy went to Aquitar to get treated for his agedness, so to speak, whenever they got rid of David Yost. So that's pretty cool. Either way, let's take a closer look at the new Tommy figure. Okay, it's the best I can do for a teleport. So, alright, so we got Tommy here. ZEO Ranger 5. Alright, now let's get all this stuff out. Hopefully nobody's in there too ridiculous. Okay, ZEO Saber. I think is what that's called. Tiny blast effect. It's already falling out, so that's the thing. Gotta figure out how that's gonna go. Whoa, hey. Oh, that's lost. So they do come with the same kind of fist that I believe every single one of these has come with, as far as I've seen. Let's get his tiny little ZEO blaster out. Relinquish. There we go. The Tommy head. Interesting. And now it's time for, you know what it is. It's your plastic birthday. Good Lord. All the way to the door. Okay, so let's start out with accessories, even though I've got him in my hands. Aha! He comes with the fist, like I was just talking about, and frankly, there's nothing special here. They're just there. You know, it's an exact mirror image of each other. I really don't use these. I legitimately have like a bucket full of hands and stuff like that that I'm just never going to swap out, especially considering they're fist hands. Like, give us some other kind of action hands. And here we have, whoop, hey, there's focus, come on. Here we have what I believe is a ZEO Saber. And, you know, it's got, I think it's molded in silver, and the gold and the blue are painted on, so it looks like very nicely detailed. You know, you got the ZEO emblem there and some other stuff going on. Very reminiscent of all things ZEO. And it's the first time we've seen this in extended form, because we've only ever seen this in compact form. And with a little bit of force, you can get it into his hand. It's a bit of a tight fit. This hand is for gun holding, so there's that. And then it can also go in this little pouchy thing here, or holster. I know this had a compact form because the Legacy version came with that, and we'll look at that when we compare the figures here in a few minutes. And then he also comes with this ZEO weapon. I don't remember what this one was called, but it's his version of a sword, and it looks like it's, let's see here, molded in the silver for sure, and then the black, the gold, and the red are all painted. You get the red star there, and I remember them having individual weapons, or at least maybe only he did. I don't think there was like a full combined version, but I don't remember. But I mean, the molded details are great. It's gonna be hard to see here, but like, you get the ZEO emblem on there. The handle has a bunch of tiny molded things. It looks like just scratches, but that's in fact molded. Look at that. That's some detail there. That's something even like Bandai never got around to, because, well, they never gave us this weapon. And he can hold that too. I did scrape off some of the blue paint from the handle. I just noticed. You can see that it's actually in there. So that kind of sucks, but you know, I probably will have him displayed like this anyways, holding the much cooler sword. And then we have the ever so tiny little ZEO blaster kind of thing, and the paint's not great on it. It looks like it's molded in black, and then all the other paint is done, so you got white paint, and then, like I said, it's not happy right here. It could be molded in white and then the black and everything painted on, but I can't tell offhand. It very well might be. Yeah, because there's a black, yeah. Okay, and then you get the molded detail there, ZEO emblem, red paint back here, all that stuff. And it gets this curious little blast effect, which is nice and all. And this screws onto the end of that. Well, it just plugs onto it. But it's a cool little effect. You know, it's finally one I actually like, instead of the big useless one to just wrap around swords. So that's actually pretty neat. And he can hold that, though it took a lot of finagling, and I'm pretty sure I scraped off some white paint at some point, or some black paint, or something chipped off. I don't know what it is. It was white And once again, leading you to believe the white is the paint, not the black. And it definitely chipped off on the handle there a little bit as I was putting it in the hand. So it's a tight fit, and I can appreciate that. Also, that does look really good. And just presumably it will fit in the holster, so just make that assumption. Cool? Cool. And last but not least, we have the, well, supposed to be Tommy face. And from this angle, that definitely looks like Jason David Frank. At least, it's got some of the bone structure. Looks decent. It's definitely the ZEO haircut for sure. The longer hair with the ponytail and then the locks coming forward and the earring on that side. The actual digital face paint is okay, but not great. But it's a pretty good Tommy head. I mean, do I even have a Tommy head currently? No. Oh yeah, I do. I have the Lord Draken. We'll bring that out here in a minute. I forgot about that. We'll see the differences. And of course, you can come and rip the helmet off. Oof. That is always disconcerting. And jammed on there, a little bit of white paint came off. Get it on there pretty snug. And not gonna lie, it looks pretty good. Although I could see them easily using this as more of an Andros hair, like lose the little ponytail and add some highlights in there. That could be an Andros head. So that's pretty good. And then from here, we might as well just look at the rest. So let's take a look at the helmet up close. And it's okay. It's got that weird ZEO look to it. But you got the black on there that's painted and the white outline all around it. Pretty good. It's got the hard seam line, which is actually part of the deal, which is kind of cool. They included that little nub under the chin. So that's pretty good. And then, once again, we looked at the head sculpt. So we know that's a ball joint with a disc hinge. And then let's look at this paint here. So it's actually decent looking gold paint along here. And then up here on the collar. This is all painted white as well, you can tell. The only thing I don't like is that the red for the body looks so flat and gross, and it's shinier here than it is there. But what's neat is they painted this onto the butterfly, so you get the details even when it's open. So that's actually very nice on their part. Hinge up as far as you're going to get. Oh, nope, you can get just a little bit further, though. It's definitely rubbing on the inside there. Bicep rotation. Hey. And it gives a what up to Zordon. Or a hey Zordon, rather. I haven't done a high teacher in a long time. I just thought about it. Okay, so we got double jointed elbow. Classic, just normal double jointed elbow. And then gold paint here on the wrist cuff. All the nice molded details are there. White plastic the rest of the way. We've seen the hand. We got single joint, possibly double joint. It could just be a single very long joint from here down to there. And then we get the I'm tired of ab day. Oh dear God. So once again, the extremely long torso that bothers me. I figure like lose this entirely and just drop it down a couple centimeters and it'd be much better off. The belt is not centered, so I gotta fix that. The belt is soft plastic and the whole thing is painted, which just means it's probably gonna crack and chip over time. It's not bad all the way around. Obviously, you've seen the weapons and stuff that can fit inside it. I got T-mounted ball joints. That's about as good of a Jean-Claude as he can get. Chorus line. Don't kick that far. Big old double jointed knee. Top joint is really tight, but it'll get that far. Ow, pinch my finger. Thigh rotation does break the sculpt a bit, especially considering there's this hard line down the side. More gold paint along the edge of the boot, which is good. And then the feet do the thing that basically they all do. Just nothing super spectacular to go on to the feet. So there we go. Like that. It looks good. Okay, so let's bring in the OG Bandai version. And I'm not going to stick him down because he's still got sticky stuff to his feet. And you can see that, yeah, Bandai did the gold, but in this case, Hasbro actually did gold better. I think that the head sculpt is better on the Hasbro. Obviously, it looks more like a person, less like a jacked superhero. The fact that they actually painted all the extra gold is a huge difference, And then the compacted ZEO Saber but painted blade, so that's a difference. But then you have the gun, who's lacking the black and gold on the Bandai one. But the Hasbro one is not painted very well. So it's like the Bandai one is painted better for what's actually painted. The Hasbro one is painted more, but not as good a paint job. And then for the ZEO Saber itself, the Hasbro, did all the gold. This has a weird inlay. I don't know which one is technically correct, but the funny thing is how similar in size they are, despite the handles being ridiculously different in size. Because, even look, the tips of the blades are about the same, so, you could potentially just, that number. So, if you could get this one into the holster, that'd be interesting, but I don't know which way that's supposed to go. I don't know. Either way, gotta set that down carefully so it doesn't stick to things. And then here's the difference in two Tommy head sculpts. So a much more young and enthusiastic Tommy, and then a much older, angrier Tommy, but obviously similar hairstyles. Of course, this was a Tommy who never made it to ZEO, at least not officially. Also, tiny morpher. Good thing about these is that the belts don't have to be tiny. They can actually be decent size. But I do think that this body, eventually they're going to have to change this up. I'm going to keep saying it. Lose this, because look how long the torso is. Like, it just looks out of proportion. The only ones that look okay are the ones like Draken with the mantles that kind of cover up a lot of it. So, but yeah, there's your different Tommy head sculpt. Alright, guys. So, overall, ZEO Ranger Red is actually pretty good. ZEO Ranger 5, whatever you want to call him. Considerably better in a lot of ways than the original Bandai, but still lacking in a few things. Like, give a consistent finish. It's like the chest is shinier than the arms and then the legs. Things like that. The gun is in fact chipping the black paint off the handle, like immensely. Blue paint here scraping just from putting it in his hand. So, do a better job on finishing the paints so that they're not coming off just from using the figure the way it's meant to be used. It's like when you give such nice detail to paint inside the thing there, but then the other paints are just chipping off so easily. It does really kind of make it feel a little cheaper. And for like a $20 to $22 figure, it's kind of annoying, to be totally honest. So the finishes are mainly the problem. The details are there, but they can easily be ruined. It's like no joke, they can just be ruined. The inclusion of this sword is significantly better than the Bandai. The ZEO Saber kind of there makes it better, but I wish they had a compact version that could do, I don't know, something like being compact. That'd be great too. Give us both. Same thing what they did with the Blade Blaster. I was like, come on, give us both types of Blade Blasters. It would be great. It really will. Hold on, let me trying to pose him up a little bit better. So he's a good one, and of course I've got Rocky to look at next time. And depending on when a certain video comes out, whether or not I'll have another ZEO Ranger to look at. We'll see that soon. But I'll catch you guys later. Hit that big old thumbs up button, hit the subscribe-ish thing down there as well. Check out the merch store if you want to get anything down there, and go check out the third channel where you can check out completely different types of reviews from what's going on over here. But I'll catch you guys next time. Remember, as always, keep on nerding.